Hi guys, happy Wednesday. This video has been driving me insane because we're supposed to be talking about our writing, why we write, and all that. And I wrote out what I wanted to say and everything, but for the life of me, I cannot sound not scripted, I guess. And I think the reason that it's bothering me so much is because writing is something that I really am passionate about. I get really excited when I talk about, writing and why I write and why literature is pretty much the greatest thing ever. But, when I read what I've written, I just come off as sounding insincere and unnatural, and it's driving me spare. But it's 11:30, and I'm really frustrated, so I'm just going to give up and read it to you anyway and hope that you'll take me at my word that I really do get excited about this stuff. And I'm not a robot, I promise. Well, I might be, but I'm just gonna read now. So I did talk a little bit about this in my first video, so I guess I'll start off with what I said there. One of the biggest reasons I write is because for me, writing is a freedom and escape. I don't actually have any creative abilities aside from writing. So for me, words are the medium that I use to express myself, as cliche as that sounds. I can use words as an anchor for my thoughts and feelings, a way to let them become a little bit more solid and tangible. Or I can use words to escape my head entirely and build something else. Another big reason I write is because I believe that literature is a powerful tool and one of the fundamental things that makes humanity what it is. And to be a part of that, even a tiny, inconsequential part, is just really amazing. When I was a senior in high school, we had to write a paper about the relationship between literature and the human condition. And I said that if art was the soul of humanity, then literature was humanity's voice. I said that literature was the embodiment of humanity and the human condition, but that literature could also be a catalyst for change. Societies and cultures change and adapt. Civilizations rise and fall, but the essence of humanity doesn't really change. The core of humanity is our capacity for both good and evil, our desire for love and relationships, our need to give our lives meaning, to define the world around us and express ourselves, our discoveries, and our revelations through art and literature. The mediums and methods of expression and even the expressions themselves may evolve and change over time, but our innate desire to express ourselves to the world does not. From Beowulf to 1984, from Camus to Kierkegaard, Romanticism to realism, all literature represents humanity and the human condition in some way. As the human condition changes, so does literature. It adapts to either conform or to defy common opinions, values, and beliefs. This is what allows literature to function as an agent of change within societies and cultures. As the literature changes the culture changes the literature. Absurdists challenged existentialism, realists defied romanticism. Literature is a record, a memory keeper of the ideas of the past, of the people who sought change, of what was and what is and what could be. It's a mirror and a portrait, a moving picture that constantly shifts and changes. It's not just a reflection of the ideas and emotions of the author, movement, or society, but also of ourselves as we grow and change, because ultimately, as John Green is fond of reminding us, books belong to their readers. The author's intent isn't always as important as what we take away from it. And as we grow older, books and poems and literature can change in meaning, and we can take away different things from it. There's also an article in the New York Times called The Neuroscience of Your Brain on Fiction. And it talked about how different parts of your brain show activity when you read, and not just the parts of your brain involved with language and reading comprehension. And more than that, when we read stories, our brains process and experience them the same way they process experiences in real life. And while really any avid reader could tell you as much, there's something about having empirical evidence that makes it that much more concrete. I don't know, there's something about the idea that my words could have such an effect on someone. I think it's really fascinating and really appealing. And all of this is contained within the pages of a book or the lines of a poem. And as a writer, for me at least, to be a part of all that, to think that one day I might affect people with my words, it's one of the greatest things. So, I mean, I guess that's why I write. I write for me, but there's all of that other stuff too. And now I'm probably over a time limit and I started rambling again. So I'll see you guys next week.